Oh my God. In June 2024, Trump started telling his supporters he didn't need votes. He had more votes than he needs. In October, Tucker said Elon was fucked and would go to jail if Trump loses. Every single state needs a full investigation and recount, including Starlink activity.
Votes that we need. What we need, I tell these guys, I tell even RNC, I tell Michael, I tell Laura, I don't care. We have all the votes.
If he loses, man, what? You're fucked, dude.
I'm fucked. If he loses, I'm fucked.
It does seem that way. You can't just be like,
Yeah, I'm like, how long do you think my prison sentence is going to be? Do you think? Will I see my children? I don't know.
Oh my God. Okay, this has 34,000 likes. Okay, let's watch this one. Oh, no jurisdiction outsources ballot tabulation. They have their own equipment as listed here. Tabulators are not connected to the internet during counting, though after completion and removal of data cards may transmit unofficial counts in a few jurisdictions. That does not mean that Starlink can intercept and change the results. Once counted, people would say, I counted the fucking votes. These are our numbers. This is 9 minutes long. This has 33,000 likes. Oh my God.
I really debated whether or not I was going to sit here and talk about this. I thought about it long and hard yesterday. I know that this is probably going to cause controversy, or this is going to cause whatever.
Oh my God. Libs are gearing up for Stop the Steal. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Libs are gearing up for Stop the Steal. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. No shred of irony. Oh my God. Michelle Baker, Harris Wallace 2024 Democrat fashion fighter, 63,000 likes. Stop fucking saying that Trump won this election. He didn't. Pay attention to what's happening. We all have access to the same information. This election was rigged by Trump. Leon? Oh, I think she means Elon. And Russia. Starlink was used. Millions of votes weren't counted. Wake the fuck up, America. Oh my God. Elon Musk. This is from What the Fuck GOP, dogging Trump. Foul mouth, proud Democrat. Motherfucker is my favorite word. Don't like it? Fuck off. Elon Musk tells Joe Rogan he has an app that can tally votes during the election before anyone else. Starlink has now come into question. Dems won down ballot races in all 7 swing states, but didn't vote for Kamala for president. Can we at least agree that Starlink needs to be investigated now and all swing states do a hand count? I mean, fuck. Trump had GA count ballots how many times last time? 43,000 likes. Oh my God. Oh, look, Elon Musk destroying the evidence. Starlink uploaded videos, and Musk said he knew the election outcome 4 hours before the rest of us did. Dems won down ballot in swing states, but we're to believe they voted straight Dem ticket, but went for Trump over Harris. Update. According to reports, this was not a meteor, but possibly a Starlink satellite breaking up as it re-entered Earth's atmosphere. Wait, what? What does this have to do with anything? What? So much fishy about this. Trump winning the popular vote after losing it twice. Record turnout, but millions of votes missing. Swing states going blue down the ballot, except for his nomination. Voting machines being hooked up to Starlink. 171,000 likes. Oh my God. Oh my God. These people are doing the same exact shit that Republicans do, which is not understanding a process, and then because of your own personal inability of understanding how this like regular process works, you are now imagining like an alternative scenario. Oh my Lord. Oh wow. I didn't know it was this bad. I did not know it was this bad. I did not realize it was like this, chat. Oh my Lord, Blue Anon is so real. This is worse than January 6th. Or not worse than January 6th, sorry. This is worse than Russiagate. This is worse than Russiagate. Cause like Russiagate came at a time when like we did not have Russiagate came at a time when we did not have TikTok. Like TikTok wasn't as active, right? I don't even think TikTok existed back then. I think it was like Musically or some shit. And clip this shit. Well, oh, because I say January 6th. This is exactly the same as like potentially January 6th if they get geared enough to do something about it. Oh my God, they're doing Stop the Steal. Oh, this makes me so excited. This is kind of cool. What is this? 30K likes, 39,000 likes, now deleted. Claiming Starlink runs on Linux, which inherently cannot count votes from multiple parties. Musk sent Starlink terminals only to swing states for the election. Linux, which is Starlink's operating system, cannot, in simple terms, split or count votes from multiple parties. It would explain why Dems report their vote not being processed. Starlink connects to the internet, which is a big no-no for elections because the network can be hacked. Joe Rogan was told that Musk knew the election results 4 hours before everyone else. Starlink would explain why. I think people are just like saying words because I haven't been able to understand what their argument is for like the ISP. Like, Starlink, okay, as an internet service provider, can track your movements, okay? For sure. Like, there is an incredible amount of surveillance that you can engage in with an ISP, right? And every ISP does do that. They work with the federal agencies, yada, 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 right? That's why sometimes you'll get, like, a notification from your ISP that says, like, we've caught you watching illegal broadcasts. Like, we've caught you watching fucking, I don't know, the latest Disney movie, and if you do it again, like, you will be punished or whatever, right? Now, yeah, or torrenting shit. It happens. So they can do that, but they can't, like, intercept and infiltrate and, like, change the results of the vote count of like real human beings that are counting the votes. Like, I don't, like, there is a part of this that does not make sense. Like, what are they saying? I think it's kind of wild that on the one hand, we have officially reached like liberals basically saying like, fuck the Latinos, fuck the Muslims, like, fuck everybody. We're going to deport our neighbors. Like, you know, it's going to be awesome. And also on top of that, they're now doing like Blue Anon shit. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And to be quite honest with you, I'd much rather lose and people know than not do anything and sit on it, okay? This was brought to my attention yesterday from a friend of mine. His name is Mr. Wheezy, Mr. Wheezy 100, and he is an engineer. I'm not going to get into information about him, okay? And he brought this to my attention because, you know, he also understands that, you know, I have my CCIE. You know, I've been a programmer and a networker for the past almost 11 years, you know, for networking and computers and all those, you know, all those other things. With that being said, it was brought to my attention, and I'm gonna, at the end of this video, make sure you watch the whole entire thing, please post it, boost it, because I'd rather lose and, you know, lose whatever I need to in order to get the information out than to not say anything and sit on it, because I absolutely fucking refuse to be like this. This is a give back to my dad and, you know, everything that he went through. Anyways, with that being said,
not gonna lie, don't you think that this is low-hanging fruit to shit on them, considering the damage a Trump presidency will inevitably do? I know I sound like a lib right now. Wait, what? Brother, if something is just like demonstrably untrue, then I'm gonna call it out. You know, what do you mean? What my expectation is, if your expectation for me is to not tell people that they're wrong, and I do this for the left, I do this for liberals, and I always do this for the right. If your expectation is that I just like, you know, sit back and watch this like mainstreamification of unhinged conspiracy theories that Republicans engaged with in the 2020 election defeat from the side of liberals, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm not going to feed into people's delusions. Also, and this is perhaps even more important than anything else, it's very funny. Like, and it comes from the same exact anger and resentment that people felt in the 2020 election. Like, Republicans could not cope and reckon with the reality that, like, their president was unpopular. They loved him. They loved him a lot. So they were like, how the fuck did our God King, how the fuck did our God King lose to a carcass? That's what they said in 2020. That's why they believed it. And the major difference here is that, like, no massive mainstream media outlet nor any politicians thus far are leaning into this, like, lib anon, blue anon conspiracies in the way that the entirety of the Republican Party leaned into it over and over and over again until it reached its final moment with January 6th. Anyway, I want to know what Mr. Wheezy had to say.
He sent me a video letting me know that California and other swing states were able to use Starlink in order to tally up and to count ballot votes or voting ballots in their state. Okay? There's a multitude of issues with that, and I'm going to explain to you why. And I will explain to you in layman's terms, because you have to understand when it comes to computer programming jargon, you guys are not going to understand what the flying F I'm fucking talking about, okay?
Yeah.
So anything
She
that you
knows.
guys don't understand or you want more clarification from, please message me. I have no problems explaining it to you. With that being said, okay, you also have to understand that when it comes to Starlink, okay, Starlink is it's an IPv4, it's an IPv6. Basically what that means is that it's a specific satellite link-up system that sends signals to whatever it's hooked up to, doesn't matter what it is, like a normal internet connection, right? With that being said, two things. Number one, why in the flying freaking flap?
Yeah, can you imagine, like, Kamala Harris retweeting this woman on her personal Twitter page? Because that's what Donald Trump did for, like, the entire lame duck period. Okay? Just understand how fucked up that was, and hopefully this will snap you back to reality. When Donald Trump did it, it was insane. Obviously, liberals will not do the same thing, or at least, like, the party will not do the same thing, even though it seems like there's a lot of appetite from liberals, at least, like, on the ground, organically saying, I don't believe we actually lost.
Okay, we're voting fucking ballot or voting ballot boxes or whatever, the places where you go to fucking vote. Why were they connected to the internet? There is absolutely zero reasons as to why those systems were connected to the internet. Those machines have absolutely no problem tallying up votes like they have done since the beginning of time. Now, all of a sudden, he wants to come in here and talk about, oh, well, I'm going to go ahead and help you because I know, there's a lot more people voting and it's going to be difficult, this and this and that. There's not a lot of people that volunteer to help, blah, 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 blah. Let me help you to tally up the votes in order to be able to help you guys. And
I'm a top tier engineer. We're going to Google Starlink can't do what she's saying. IPv4 is just a fucking spec. Ignore anyone using words like these. She knows she's just using computer terms people don't know to sound smart. Very 80s hacker movie shit. I just don't understand. Like, a lot of this data, I suspect, is probably encrypted. Okay. But not only that, but also like launching an initiative to literally go in, take all of this data and manipulate it, okay, in real time before it reaches like the appropriate destination is incredible work. Like, I don't think you have the capability, as far as I understand, to do that. And even if you were to have that capability, okay, there's still people on the ground that counted the fucking votes. Do you understand? Like, what do you do about that? People are just gonna be like, wait a minute, like, that's not true. I am a person who was tasked with counting the paper ballots. like, if she thinks that the vote machines that were connected to Starlink, which I don't think that that's what happened. But if she's saying that like the vote machines were connected to Starlink, even then, like, this is an incredibly complex scheme that I don't even know if there is enough technological prowess out there to in real time change these vote machines from clicking on Kamala Harris to automatically voting for Donald Trump. And if that was the case, why wouldn't they also swap out the down ballot races? This makes no sense. Yeah, people who love being in the tank for Donald Trump also wanted Rashida Tlaib to outperform Kamala Harris by massive margins. What? My dad is an election judge in North Carolina. Y'all come on, that man did not spend 5 hours hand counting that shit for you to try and dunk on him like this. No, your dad is in the pocket of Elon Musk, okay? I know it. You got to show this to her, by the way, have to? What do you mean?
And make things easier for you. Oh, what a sweetheart you are. What a sweetheart you are. But for those of us who know the business, we're not dumb.
We need gay January 6th. I need it. You are correct. Libs do not understand how proprietary files work. Elon cannot just grab a super specific file through Starlink and just change the numbers within it and then send it back to the OG receiver. Think of it as a video game save file. You need specific software to read, access, and alter data within it. Libs have lost it 100%. No, and also doing that across the board in every swing state in real time. You have to have like the greatest hackers with the proper software and working in real time. Like, and doing it in a way where there's no trace that remains. And also, once again, like, it's virtually impossible for you to be able to do this because I think in every state, with the exception of like Missouri or Alabama, there's still a paper receipt. So what now? There's a paper receipt for all of this. There's like a paper trace for all of the votes that were cast in every single fucking polling station. So what do you do? Anyway,
Okay.
hold on.
So again, you have to understand that when it comes to Starlink, okay, Starlink is a tri-band Fi6 system. Okay, like I said before, it sends signals to whatever it's hooked up to and bounces back and forth, and this and that. You know what I'm saying? It's a basic system, highly intelligent AI process system, right? And with that being said, it's amazing, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm not gonna take away the fact that this man is a genius, okay? And I will say that, but genius in a lot of ways. Again, with that being said, you also have to understand that when you are using a Linux operating system, which is what Starlink also is, okay? This is going to be difficult to explain, but I'll try the best that I can. When you are sending signals back and forth to expel or to read information, right? the information that's being read, it's not normal information. So in other words, it's not a normal internet connection. Like irregular internet connections, it's a broad span of all different types of fucking information. Doesn't matter what it is, what you're looking up, 50,728 fucking things that come in and out of the fucking signal and processes it and allows it to bounce back and fucking tell you whatever fucking answer that you need, right? Okay, straight. Now, with Linux systems, there is no fucking way, unless you are processing different systems and different programming to the Linux BIOS in order to fucking bounce back the information that you're getting. In other words, the information that you're getting has to be the same repetitive fucking thing. So in other words, if you're gonna process this and you're going to tally up whatever, right? It's only going to process one specific thing. In other words, so let's say you're going to separate it, right? Okay, we're only going to separate this system so that way it only reads Dem votes, or it only reads, Republican votes, or only reads, Libertarian vote, or whatever, right? To separate each one in order to count things correctly in order for that to be correct, right? No. You have to understand, Linux systems do not work that way. It is a 4x4 minim system that only fucking works bilateral base.
Dude, I believe her. The election losers are insufferable. I disagree with you, Megaphonics. I think she's right. Linux is hard to navigate. I will say this as someone who has had to use a Linux operating system on my Steam Deck. I am in agreement with this woman. I am convinced that what she is saying is correct. I've decided she brought me back. She brought me back in when she started talking about Linux. Also, believe all women. Yeah. Also, believe women. Okay? Some of you are disbelieving women, and you should be believing them instead. And that means unconditionally agreeing with everything that they're saying. Do you understand? If we're gonna do this, it needs to be 100% satire. She's literally explaining why it's impossible. Modifying an encrypted signal breaks the data and results it being detected as an error and getting rejected. Is that simple? Yeah, but what if that wasn't the case? Yeah, what now? What now? Conservatives. Fucking owned. Yeah, microphallocytes. Microphallocytes are in your milk supply, which is why we have to drink raw milk only. I will force every baby in the country to drink unpasteurized raw milk.
Based on what information it's fed. One thing to bounce back. So if you're counting something, it can't separate them. Is this making sense for you? You can't separate what it's counting. So with that being said, he would have had to separate his processing system. He would have had to have sent 3 different types of gens. Gens are different operating systems that separate between the linkage signal, right? In order to switch what it's doing. So with that being said, okay, he sent it down. He read a certain amount of fucking certain votes, right? Sure, okay, that's fine. But that's not what the fuck you did. The whole entire time that you were using this system and you were using it to tally votes, you were using a Linux system. It doesn't split. It doesn't split.
She's right. The more she yells, the more I'm convinced. Yeah. I don't know a dang thing. I don't know a dang thing about what the fuck she's talking about. I've lost the plot so many minutes ago. Okay, and I'm inclined to believe her because she said tri-band FI6, and I think she literally just misread something that said Wi-Fi 6.
So how in the fuck were you counting things correctly when you weren't even able to separate what it was that you were counting? Is this making sense to anybody? No? Maybe? I don't, bro. I'm fucking telling you. And not only that, this is why the numbers don't make sense. This is why the numbers don't make sense. And the reason why I'm going to tell you that is because, first of all, you had guaranteed states that were going to turn blue and didn't.
Wait, what? Like, what do you mean by this? Like, what do you mean? Which states were guaranteed to turn blue and didn't turn blue? Like, at least this is the part where I do have knowledge, okay? Now we're back at my wheelhouse. And I don't understand where these people are coming from. She's a Blexis truther. I am unsubscribing yesterday. Why? Because I'm not invested heavily in the Blue Anon conspiracies that are coming out in the aftermath of this electoral defeat. My wife's entire TikTok For You page is filled with people like this. Maybe not this insane, but the general premise of someone who doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about doing a selfie monologue, like they have any authority on subject they're discussing. That's just everything on TikTok. For the record. Also, Megaphonics subtle wife guy reveal, okay? This is like Megaphonics did a lore dump in here out of nowhere. Megaphonics lore dump, dude. What the fuck? Okay, you ain't slick. Wow, mega marriage, mega wife guy over here. Okay. Congrats on the sex. Even Tizzy Ant is getting into it. We are so motivated and manipulated by algorithms is crazy, dude. You could have like anybody out there. They see like one of these conspiracy theories get 100,000 likes, and immediately people are like, let me look into how I can also personally say those things. Hassan, you are a grifter. You should be finding the cyber ninjas to do the recount. Yes. Marriage phonics. But wait. Oh, this is the how Elon Musk. So is this actually like, is this where the conspiracies are coming from? This has 1.8 million likes. Because I have this. I've been, I wanted to watch this video for a while. Where the fuck is it? I've been meaning to watch this, but I didn't realize it was like, I didn't realize this was like a conspiracy video. I thought this was like a normal video that talks about how like Elon Musk bought Twitter and then basically turned Twitter into this like insane reactionary shithole. And that was a massive fucking faucet of right-wing content. It's not a conspiracy video. Yeah, this is like a normal video, right?
Solicited offer to buy Twitter for $44 billion. He claims the site has become politically skewed and says for Twitter to deserve public trust, it must be politically neutral. October 27th, the deal goes through. The next evening, a far-right conspiracy theorist breaks into the San Francisco home of Democrat House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, intending to kidnap her. Pelosi is away.
Do I agree with Asmongold that Twitter was a great investment for Elon? I hate to admit that I had to give props to Elon for this. But I do think it's like financially, no. I mean, he bought it for $44 billion. It's now valued at like 20, right? But you have to understand something. It's not just buying Twitter, but like using Twitter as a right-wing propaganda faucet, okay? And simultaneously fully and firmly committing to Donald Trump and, trying to get him reelected has now put him in the federal government. Like this is a billionaire, the richest person on the planet, who has been the recipient of lawsuits from every single regulatory agency, okay? Every single one. And now he has complete control and influence over every single one of these regulatory agencies. It's kind of crazy. It was a perfect disaster. So shouts out to Kamala Harris. Asmongold thinks it did it intentionally. What? You got banned because you said Asmongold, I think. But Asmongold thinks it did it intentionally to gain access to the presidency. No shot he purchased and devalued Twitter significantly from the beginning. If it's true, that happened later. Yeah, no, I don't think he bought Twitter to gain access to the presidency. I think he bought Twitter. I think he bought Twitter because he was forced to buy Twitter. He didn't want to buy Twitter for an unimaginable price point because he wanted to at least have some level of control over information. For sure, right? I mean, it's a massive social media platform. It's a massive social media platform. I think he purchased it specifically because, or originally I don't even think he originally wanted to purchase it. He thought he could get out of it. Then he was forced to purchase it at this like insane price point, and immediately devalued it. Having said that, in the process of devaluing it, he was like, well, I'm just going to make the most of this. And I'm going to use Twitter as the new 4chan, as a faucet for unrestricted right-wing content that I agree with. Okay? And that's one thing. But he could have basically gained Trump's allegiance without buying Twitter. He could have just simply, been in the tank for Donald Trump from the start and given him $160 million like he did. And then he still would have had this level of access to Donald Trump. So it's not necessarily just that he bought it, like he lucked into it is what I'm trying to say. He has had an entire career of failing upwards over and over and over again. And I think this is yet another one of those instances. Everything is 4chan hate, to break it to you all, the world. I mean, yeah, there has been a 4chanification of TikTok as well. I mean, look at all the manosphere content that is like popping off on both TikTok and every other social media platform. Shit that like people used to say in black pill forums and red pill forums. Now average people use like mogging. You know what I mean? Mogging, mewing, all this stuff is just like normal lexicon. And it originated in these idiotic fucking black pill forums.
But the man attacks her husband Paul, hitting him repeatedly on the head with a hammer. Paul Pelosi escapes with his life, but requires surgery for a fractured skull. While most people take the chance to decry political violence, the new owner of Twitter, Elon Musk, posts a tweet sharing an entirely false claim that Paul Pelosi was in fact injured in a drunken fight with a male.
Mewing started in bodybuilding forums. What do you mean? Yeah. Okay. Exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah. You're proving my point.
Prostitute with whom he was involved. Musk includes a link to a false claim on a website that has a history of publishing conspiracy theories, including a story asserting that Hillary Clinton is dead and has been replaced by a body double. Musk's post is retweeted 24,000 times before he deletes it. November 18th, Musk's Twitter starts to unlock previously banned accounts. Misogynist far-right influencer Andrew Tate was permanently banned from Twitter in 2017 after urging women to, quote, bear some responsibility for rape. Now he's back. Tate posts, I've decided to fly to the failed state of California, walk into Twitter HQ, and tell @Elon Musk he's a legend. On my way. 2 months later, Tate will be arrested in Romania on suspicion of human trafficking, rape, and forming an organized crime group. December 8th, 3 members of Twitter's Trust and Safety Council resign. In their resignation letter, they cite research that found slurs against Black Americans and gay men jumped 195% and 58% respectively since Musk's takeover. 3 days later, the remaining members of Twitter's Trust and Safety Council are dismissed. Musk then tweets that, quote, my pronouns are prosecute Fauci, a reference to a conspiracy theory.
My goat. Fauci the goat. By the way, talking about fucking sore losers. Look at this dumbass, dude. States Harris won versus ID requirement. He's like, dude, your team won. Your team won. Why are you being a sore winner? Not to talk about being a sore loser, sorry. Like, this is exactly what Trump did in 2016 as well, dude. Oh, my Lord. $900,000 likes. Oh, we're so cooked. We're done. We're done. This country's fucking done. It's in the tank. It's in the pooper. Throw it out. We got to do a hard reset. It's so over. You have Republicans becoming even more insane. You have Democrats also becoming more insane. It's just everyone is insane now. Once again, at 3:30 a.m., ballot dump losses a critical race in Wisconsin. Yeah, you know what state that Donald Trump won that has no photo ID requirement? Pennsylvania. Why is it not featured in this Newsmax article?